Yo, how's it going, guys? So I'm back in the workshop today and I'm going to be rebuilding this pretty rad old GT for my brother. The plan is to convert it into a 1x9 speed, rigid fork, more modern bars and stem, and upgrade to V-brakes. So I guess you could say it's going to be a little bit of a resto-mod. So the bike is a GT Karakoram from the mid-90s. I think possibly like a 96 or 95 model. It's in pretty decent shape. Paint job looks pretty tidy, which I'm pretty happy about. There's not really much rust at all. It's got a full Dior LX group set, which is a 3x8. It's got RockShox duty forks. It looks to be in all pretty original condition. I did, however, notice that the rear rim has a few cracks around the nipple holes, which is a bit of a shame, as I did want to use these wheels, but I guess I will have to replace them now. So some of these old GTs actually have quite interesting cable routing for the cantilever brakes, so I'm going to have to figure out how to route it for V-brakes. So here are the parts I'm going to be replacing. First off is this Shimano Pro 50mm stem, which is going to be matched up pretty nicely with these nice and wide Renthal fat bars. For grips I've gone for Vans Colt in black. Gone for some Eclat Contra pedals. A new SRAM 9-speed 11-34 cassette, 9-speed Dior XT derailleur, new chain, this nice Hope seat post clamp, sealed bearing gusset headset, new Shimano 9-speed shifter, some new upgraded V-brakes, these nice SRAM Avid FR5 levers in black, charged spoon seat with titanium rails, new Shimano Dior 1x Holotech crankset, these Schwalbe Billy Bonkers tyres in 2.1 width and a slightly darker tan wool. These are the wheels that I'm going to be replacing. They are Dior LX hubs laced to some double wall DH19 rims. And lastly is the Chromo rigid fork, and this is actually the one that I pulled off my personal GT Timberline that some of you guys might recognise. So yeah, my brother's pretty damn excited about this build. It has taken a little bit longer than I thought, but all the parts are here and we're finally ready to go. So let's start off by stripping the bike down. Well, that doesn't look too ideal. Looks like the middle chainring's got a snap tooth on it. Luckily I'm replacing the crankset. So I've just finished stripping the bike down. I'm going to give it a good clean with muck off now. It's really good on the grease and grime. So here's a little tip if you've got any sticker residue. So I've just peeled off this sticker and it's left this real thick, really stubborn residue. I just use brake cleaner, really good at dissolving it, and it cleans up really nicely. Here's another little tip if you've got any paint smudges or scratches on your frame. I use this Auto-Sol metal polish and the back of a sponge. I use it quite lightly though, because it will start to take away some of the clear coat or affect the paint, but it's really good at removing these marks. So I've just finished cleaning up the frame and it's turned out really nicely. Super happy with the condition of the paint. I just love the details on these old GTs. It's time to start the build, so let's crack on with it. So this is the odd cable routing I mentioned earlier. Because it's actually designed for cantilevers, there's nowhere to fit this cable housing nicely at the rear. I thought of running a full cable housing, but I kind of wanted to avoid the cable tie look. So the cleanest way I could think of was doing it this way. It doesn't sit perfectly square, and it may move around a little bit, but it does work, so I'm pretty happy with this. If you guys have any better ideas, please let me know. So here's another little tip if you want to figure out if your seat rails are a steel or titanium. I just use a magnet and I put it up against the metal. If it doesn't stick to it or attracted to it like this, it means it's not a steel. And if it was a steel or like a chromo, it would stick to it like it's sticking to this tool here. So yeah, this is most likely titanium, which is pretty sweet. So there we go guys, the rebuild is all done now. Everything went pretty smoothly and I think it turned out looking really nice. I just realized that the only original part I actually kept, apart from the frame, was the seat post. So yeah, it's pretty much a whole new bike. I'm really hoping my brother likes it. It's actually really similar to my GT, so I guess now we can go on retro red GT rides. Anyway, thanks again for watching guys. Hopefully some of you found it interesting or helpful. Now it's time to test this thing out, so let's see how it rides. Peace.